Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with this seat swap. My buddy's not here yet to show you his, but he's on his way. So, what you'll need is a T50 hex head or star bit, whatever that is, a 10mm socket, 15mm socket, Phillips head screwdriver, and an extension, of course your ratchet. I'll go ahead and give you a run through of what is where real quick. I'm not just going to show you every step on this one. Alright, so to start, you'll need a Phillips head to pull this tab off. I've already got that started. That's where that T50 goes. Then you gotta pull this cover off here. It's got a couple little clips in it, and this side is just hung on the it's the way it's designed, on the other nut. I don't know if you can see, but this little piece right here is actually supposed to stay with this, but of course they don't ever. You've got this nut here, and then you'll need a Phillips head screwdriver to pop this off. It'll do the same thing and leave that little metal piece, which is not on here right now. I already took it off. So this is your 15mm, this is a 15mm, and then I believe that's it for the seat. Now if you're taking out your 60 from your 60/40 bench, that should be all you need, because the center piece of the bench is connected to this driver's seat, and that's all your contacts. So for the center console, you've got two 10mm down there to remove. You'll have to take this boot off, and then just under here you've got another 10mm. Do not forget about that. You'll break it, and then the center console will slide around whenever it gets reinstalled. I believe that's all of them. Take this rubber out here and see if there wasn't one underneath here. Nope. So that's it for the center console and the seat. One last thing I forgot to mention is you should have a cord underneath the seat, which will be plugged into, I don't know if you can see it there, be plugged into the sensor for your seat belt. So you got to disconnect that too. Alright, so I thought I'd give you guys a quick update. Sorry I did not film the process, but we ran into some complications and we just got the job done. I'll go ahead and explain what we had to do. The center console I showed you, there was 2 bolts down at the bottom. There's one in the tray. That was all you needed to remove that center console. This console is only 1 bolt. It's in the same spot here in this tray underneath the rubber. And the complications we had, for one, I may have told you that we only had to switch the passenger seat, and if you see here, it's just one piece. That's why I was thinking all we would need to change was the passenger seat, or the driver's seat. But we ended up having to change both because, can't see it down there, but the middle seat belt, this seat belt here, under this armrest, see, that turns into a 3rd seat, which was the whole reason for me doing this. It bolted and was connected to this passenger seat, so we actually had to switch both. So there was that, and then so here's where the center console used to come to, the full center console, and I'll have to just get some carpet to cover that up. So this was our biggest problem. So what this is supposed to look like was that T50 bit that I showed you earlier. like this. Sorry for the angle. So that would not come loose. We ended up having to actually drill it out. And when we did that, we boogered up the part that it screwed into. So we just removed that completely. There were just some tack welds underneath the blazer. And we disconnected it and just used a nice stainless steel bolt to take care of that. So that was it for the problems. I showed you where all the bolts are that need to be changed. That was all the same. The only last thing I want to tell you about is we also had to change the shifter boot, which I was not planning on changing. So under here, I can't show you because this is bolted down, but the shifter boot actually bolts to the body under the carpet. I had to just put a couple small slices in the carpet to be able to peel it back a little bit. And there's about 12 7mm like self-tapping screws that hold it in. So we removed the boot, switched them out, and that's it. Put everything back in, bolted it up, put the covers back on, and now I've got a 5-seater 2-door Blazer, which there's only one other that I know of. I'm not sure if anybody else has done it. Anyway, if you like what I've done, go ahead and subscribe. Let me know what you think. Another quick update. I took off the center crossbars of the roof rack. Not sure if it's worth it. I'll eventually take the roof rack off permanently, but I just haven't decided what I'm going to do with these bolts. If you're thinking about doing that, I'm not going to make a whole separate video, so I'll just tell you what you have to do. I don't remember what size this is, but you'll need a Torx head screwdriver for this. You end up actually having to take the entire thing off to do it. That's why I said I don't think it's worth it. So there's 2 of these in each. They're not covered up. They're easy to see. And so I removed the whole roof rack. And the reason we had to take the whole thing off is you can't quite see it. You can just barely see the head of there's a screw right here that you have to remove to take these end pieces off to be able to slide the center pieces out. So, and I don't know if it really improves the look or not. I think it looks a little better, but alright, so subscribe, like, all that cool stuff that everybody else says. Say hi to my baby. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. You say bye-bye? Sweet girl. Alrighty, talk to you later.